Hey guys, hope you're doing well. ELC 684, we are starting week 2. It's Sunday afternoon, I'm here in the office getting some schoolwork done, and also just wanted to post another video just to give you some updates about things to be considering for the upcoming week. First, many of you guys have already submitted your thought piece, and so I'll be reviewing those and giving you some feedback on that. Thanks for getting those things turned in. Again, this is an online class. I want to be sure I'm communicating as much as possible, but I am counting on you if you have any questions to reach out to me. Several of you guys have been sending me emails and we've been talking back and forth, so that is great. This week I'm going to review just a little bit of content from what we covered in the previous week, and then we're going to cover 3 additional chapters in this book. It is chapters 9, 10, and 11, and these are really good chapters, so let's dig in. First up, last week we talked about the roles of government in education, both locally, state, and federally. We also talked about the responsibilities of teachers. You need to make sure you keep that link that was in the PowerPoint. General Statute 115C, the duties and responsibilities of teachers. It's a very long list, but those are general statutes provided by the state of North Carolina that tell us exactly what teachers' roles and responsibilities are. We also talked about terms of employment. We talked about contracts, the different types of contracts, and I tried to put several different pieces of information in the week 1 module just for you to review, like what a contract looks like when you hire someone. Sometimes we do like a letter of intent, but it eventually has to go to the Board of Education for approval. They are the ones who officially hire teachers, even though that person may already be in your building and working because you as the principal have offered them a position. So you can look at like board minutes. I gave you a copy of that personnel action report. So I'm hoping you're looking at all those resources that are in there. So this week, again, we're looking at chapters 9, 10, and 11. And I did a PowerPoint this week. The first half of it is narrated, kind of goes through the individual teacher rights. Like, what is it that teachers have rights for? Like academic expression, those are things that they have rights for. But then also you line that up against like board policy. Like, can teachers dress any way they want? Or can a Board of Education require people to dress in certain fashions? So please review that PowerPoint. The first half is narrated, just me kind of talking through some of the main points in chapter 9. And then as we move into chapters 10 and chapters 11, we look at the idea of kind of termination, like what happens when a teacher doesn't do what they're supposed to do. And actually the assignment that you have this week, both your discussion post and your case study, both have to do with you responding to a teacher doing something that may be outside of what they should have done. Maybe they violated a board policy, maybe they did something in their own personal life that you have to address. And so I think you'll enjoy this chapter and the activities that are posted. When I teach this course, we normally sit on these topics for a while because students have tons of questions about teacher behavior, writing teachers up, how do you dismiss a teacher, and we have lots of conversations. So I'm trying to embed as much of that as I can in the PowerPoint. Obviously the law text gives you step-by-step directions on teacher rights and responsibilities and also termination. So take some time this week, review those chapters, but I think the PowerPoint has a lot of information in it. Your assignment for this week, twofold. In the PowerPoint, there is a document or a slide that we call FRISC. And FRISC is the way that administrators respond to a disciplinary matter with a staff member, and it is an acronym. So the F in FRISC stands for facts. Anytime a situation is brought to you that you have to respond to, what are the facts? And that means you're going to have to do some type of investigation. It may mean you're going to interview the teacher, you might interview some kids, you might interview a parent, you might look back on your security cameras. What are the facts? What actually happened? The R in FRISC is the rule. What rule was violated? Did a teacher do something inappropriately? Were they not at their post on time? What is the rule? And you're going to put that in your documentation as well. The I is going to be the impact. So when I'm talking with a teacher, these are the facts of what happened. This is the rule that you broke. The impact is, well, we can't have an orderly environment if you're doing X, Y, and Z. Or the impact is we lose public trust when we behave this way. You want to make sure the teacher understands the impact. And then S is the suggestions. Suggestions is really like directing the staff members. So now that we know the facts and the rule and the impact, I am telling you not to do that again, or you will be at your post every morning at 8:50, or you will write a letter of apology, or you'll be suspended, whatever it is. That's the S, the suggestions. What are we doing next? And the last one, the K, is for knowledge. This is where I'm informing the employee based on your behavior, based on your rule violation, I am placing a letter of reprimand in your personnel file. I'm giving them knowledge that I am placing something that may not be so positive in their personnel file. Administrators in the past have slipped stuff in personnel files. This is the file that is kept at the district office without an employee knowing. That's wrong. That's unethical. Anytime you're going to put something in a personnel file, you need to notify the employee, and that's the K in FRISC for knowledge. So there's a slide that has that, and you're going to use that this week, both in your discussion. I've given you 3 scenarios in the PowerPoint. You can look through those and choose which one of them you want to respond to on the discussion thread. I think one of them is a teacher that goes on vacation and posts some inappropriate messages. That might be one you want to respond to. There's 2 others. Choose one you want to respond to. When you respond on the discussion thread, other students' responses will then show up, and I want you to reply to one of your peers that's in the class. So you're going to post on the discussion thread, and then you're also going to reply. And your second assignment for the week is your first case study. Also in the PowerPoint, I give you a case study, a very specific set of facts based on a complaint that comes in from a parent, and you are going to provide the memo to the staff member. And normally we role play this because you need to become comfortable with sitting down with an employee and saying, look, this is what happened. This is what I've been investigating. This is the impact. This is what you will do. We can't really do that in an online class, but I want you to just kind of become familiar with this process. So the case study is a 2-page response. The first page is where you go through the FRISC process and you jot notes. Facts. What are the facts? And you would list the facts. What's the rule violation? You would list the rule violation. In order to know the rule violation, you're going to want to use your district handbook. So find your district handbook. I posted Guilford County's in the week 2 module again. Find the handbook and identify what is the rule violation. Is it a violation of social media? Is it a violation of personal contact? What's the rule violation? And be sure that you address that in the case study. So you go down the FRISC activity, that's page 1, and page 2 is actually where you write a letter to the employee that's going to go in their personnel file. And I've posted one of those in the week 2 module as well, so you can see the language and how to address it. So those are the 2 things that you have to do this week. So you're reading 3 chapters, you're reviewing the PowerPoint, you're getting on the discussion board and replying to one of the scenarios that I've given you, and then the case study response is actually something that's due by Sunday evening. So again, let me know if you have any questions. This is a really good set of content to discuss and to kind of dig into, because this is the work that we do. We maintain that teachers do have rights when they enter the building, but we also respond when they make poor decisions. So keep those things in mind. I hope you have a great rest of the weekend if you're watching this on Sunday. And as we close near the end of the school year, I know many of you guys have many responsibilities with testing and those types of things coming up. We will get through this summer session together. Just think, you're already on week 2 out of 5. So let me know if I can do anything for you, and I hope you have a great week. Thanks.